All right, so there are going to be a couple things that we will be discussing for this meeting. Um, First, I'd like to start off with the map rotation. Continuing from our previous community meeting, we asked the community what maps they wanted to be in rotation, and the poll finally closed. So we selected the maps CAF Basra 1, Yiho Invasion version 2, Sumari V1, Balea V2, Al Basra V2, CAF Manic V1, Talil V1, Mestia V2, Kohat V2, CAF Eho, Cora V2, Scorpo V1, CAF Chemdash, Gordak V1, CAF Kohat, and Koken 1. With Nadavinsky version 1. Um, we have sorted that map rotation out between the environments that you'll be playing in. So we spaced out the desert maps with the woodland and tundra maps. So everybody, you'll have a change of scenery with every changing of the map. So we were running into an issue where people were saying how we would play the same environment over and over and over. So we wanted to fix that up. So
When we post in general admin chat,
yeah, you can post that in general admin chat so people can look at it. Brush in here has just posted it, so if you would like to get a visual on that, it's there. I'd like to also do a wellness check. I want to make sure everybody's doing okay. Is everybody doing okay with COVID 19 being trapped in your homes? Nobody's having any issues?
Doing pretty good.
I've been having this cough for the past days.
Thinking about sucks are my people, but I got a job here. I have to help out the server, so I can't do that just yet.
Yeah. Yeah. If you need some time off, we do have an on leave role, so you won't lose your admin status, and you can take about up to a month off to recover if you need to be. Just let myself or another HR member know. When you're ready to come back, we'll just remove the on leave role and you can go right back into it. There have been some server health issues with B19 being released. I believe there's some stability issues that are happening. Vehicles are jittery and people are lagging back and forth. Is that correct?
yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I've only noticed it with vehicles.
Yeah.
I'm seeing
Oh,
that's
vehicle. Yeah.
yeah, I've been seeing that, but that's I believe that's something to do with client side because I've noticed that it's the same people having the same issue.
Well, I was speaking to Barton about it. He said that OWI does know about it and they're trying to fix it. I can't tell you when a patch is going to come out, but every server is experiencing it. I guess ours might be experiencing it more from what I've gathered from talking to some of the admins. Have you guys played on other servers where it's not as bad?
Yeah, on seals, some of them are a lot better than the Join Easy with the lag.
Yeah. Um,
Potato Fields has been about the same as ours.
Say that again, Tex.
Potato Fields,
Oh, okay, okay.
same as
Um,
ours.
yeah, so I know myself and Ozzy, we're hitting the 200 ping range. I'm of course in Hawaii. Ozzy is on. We're doing better on the West Coast servers such as Seals, and all East Coast servers are just kicking our ass. I mean, even on West Coast servers, it's not that much better, not to the where it was originally, but we definitely are feeling the lag and all kinds of glitching issues because of it.
I think the ping does exacerbate the already existent rubber banding. It just gets worse the more ping you have.
Correct me
Yeah.
if I'm wrong, but isn't our server hosted out of Chicago? Pretty sure it's
So on
AWS.
AWN has two server hostings. One's East Coast, is one Central. That's pretty much the best you can get. I think Ash did East Coast.
I don't know which one we are because I know they have a central.
I think he moves us around all the time. And getting to him moving us around, there has been an issue with OWI, some in-house issues. One of their developers was removed from being in the front row because of things that he has done, and as a result, there have been DDoS attacks, and an update that they did to the servers have started a server freeze. I made an admin announcement a while back explaining what a server freeze was. A server freeze, I'll say it again. A server freeze is when the server stops responding and it kicks everybody out, but it doesn't go offline. Nobody can reconnect to it. And what the reasoning behind that is, it's a Archon configuration issue. They are working on it. I don't think it's quite fixed yet, but the only fix to it is removing the Archon that we have, like battle metrics, and only using AWN, the default Archon. Have you guys seen issues with the server freezes still happening? I don't think it's not happening as much as it used to like a week or two ago.
Not recently, but like a week or two ago, it did happen like 2 or 3 times to me when I tried to play.
Earlier
Agreed.
today, like the whole server just started like stuttering, like getting the feedback sound, and you're just like -1 FPS basically.
Yeah.
It seemed like that was a wide.
Yep. With the release of the new admin document, there are new server rules that we have added. I'd like to gauge from you guys to see if the rules that we're adding are effective or not. So some of them that I'll list off now, the more prominent things are, like, we made changes to the main deployment, where if somebody puts a hab plus or minus 50 meters from the 300 meter mark, you can go within 150 meters to flank that hab and destroy it. Is that something you guys think is going to work?
Yeah, I don't see any problems with that.
The kick ban log has been changed to something that needs to be filled out every single time that you kick somebody.
Is that also including AFKs?
No, AFKs will not be recorded.
Okay, gotcha.
The reason we're bringing this back is it lets us know if you are trustworthy of being an admin. If you can't fill out a log properly, how can I expect you to admin properly? Along the lines of that. Another reason is it's an integrity check on you and myself. If a player opens the kick ban log and notices something that isn't right, like say brushing it, kick somebody for something and that's not actually what happened, and he has proof of it, we can handle the situation and remove any bad admins that we might have.
Also, post your evidence in there if you have it.
Evidence is always good to have. So everybody here has gone through training and knows what the format of the kick ban log is. We have added the game since we now have 3 servers on different games. So you got Postscriptum, Squad, and Arma. When you now fill out the kick ban log, this is something I just now added into it because it only makes sense. When you put the reason for kicking somebody and they connect to the server and it disconnects them and it puts that message on their screen, it should say how long they're going to be kicked, how long they will be banned for, and where to find an appeal, which is joineasysquad.com. So let's make sure we include that into the description for when they connect to the server, or the reason. I guess it would be under reason.
Makes sense.
We've had issues with admins in the past. If somebody is making a fob, anybody can make a fob anywhere they want. That's not against the rules. But if you create a fob where you're putting down 300 ammo boxes and then decide to blow them up, that's considered trolling and wasting assets, and it can potentially crash the server, and it most likely will crash the server. So if that is seen, please act accordingly. There's no need to jest when it comes along these lines.
Well, people could take that and expound on it, like the one guy we had with the sandbag towers.
Yeah.
They could look at that as the same thing as 30 ammo boxes.
That probably shouldn't be allowed. I mean, you can do
Using
it,
it
but
for a
it's
good reason,
wasting
though.
supplies.
There's
Well,
like
wasn't he
3
freaking
points
angry?
on any map that across all maps that you can use sandbag towers effectively. The only one that comes to mind for me is the tunnel in Mestia.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, just making a sandbag tower sitting in an angle.
Jesus.
To add
What
on to the 30 ammo boxes in it's in one spot. If it's within 5 meters, that's clearly something that shouldn't be. And we gotta make sure we don't do things like that, because server players can start questioning it if our admins even do it, and it puts a bad outlook. We don't want that. So next topic that I'd like to discuss is the server admin duties. I'd like to remind you guys that HR members can and will question decisions that you guys make. It's their job. Don't feel discouraged or discontent because I question the reason on why you kick somebody. It's just what we do. We will always back you if you are right. We've had issues where admins are leaving because they are getting mad that we're questioning people. So don't feel discouraged. If you do have an issue, make a ticket and we can work around it.
I mean, I've got an issue with that.
Yeah.
It needs to be private. If you've got a disagreement, it needs to be behind doors, not in a ticket.
That's also true.
Yeah, I agree. If you have an issue with an HR member, it just goes to HR.
If it's an HR member,
I
you
would
can
think
go to
that
me.
would go to Ash.
But there's no just Ash ticket unless you just PM them.
I suppose it only makes sense you can just private message me at that point. There's no need for a ticket. Yeah. So, you guys also, I'm having issues with people not really being in the server or on the Discord when they're in game. Please do your best to be in the Discord. It's what we require, and it helps other people want to join the Discord, as this is a Discord community. We want to inspire people to come in and have fun. The other day, I received a message where somebody was talking about how just a random guy and a random admin being in the Discord has helped them just from sitting around listening to them or talking to them. We help people, and you don't even realize that we help people, and that's what I want to continue to do. So please be on the Discord as much as you can.
And then also, just so everyone's on the same page, long ago me and Ash spoke about that. About QG being a slight exception because we are usually in our Discord.
Yep, that is also true.
I just wanted everyone to know that we're not obeying the rules.
However, if we do see somebody in Discord, in your guys' Discord, and they're in they need server support, one of us will come over and assist them if nobody else.
I'd like to talk about Patreon for a minute. We are doing good with server funds, but if we would like to have an additional server for maybe AAS again, we could always try to pull some money and see if we can try it out again. We could throw a server for territory control, destruction, insurgency. Doesn't matter, but if we have the funds for it, we can do it. So if you guys would like to have a change of scenery, we could try getting another server. So some of you have on your admin application said that you can finance the servers. If you can, then do it. Or if you want another server, then do it. But if you can't at this point anymore, it's fine. I'm not going to force you to donate to the server.
How much are the server costs? Just for like an invasion?
For an 80-man slot on squad or postscriptum, it is $95.95. So it can be kind of expensive. And with the whitelist costs, it kind of helps negate that cost a bit. A lot of people are signing up for that just because we reset the queue or we reset the whitelist and they don't want to have to re-sign up. So it helps out a bit. But I would like to get another server on AAS, as Invasion could be boring and I don't like playing on other people's servers. And I'm sure you guys are the same because how people admin other servers. If you guys have any questions at this point, I'm open for anything that we have talked about. You can bring something up. We can talk about it. If anybody has anything.
Yeah. Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say we covered what I was gonna.
What I post in general admins like the proposed map rotation change. If you see some on there you want changed, or if you want to see my spreadsheet with all the logic behind it, feel free to ask or say something.
Ash.
Yeah.
Can I bring up the thing from Postscriptum the other night about the people blocking the main?
Yeah, go ahead. We can talk about an incident that we had on Postscriptum the other day, just so others can understand what happened and what we did.
Hi, so I'm Maipi. I don't know if a lot of you guys know me, but I've been here for a while, and it happened last night where we had, I believe it was Drail Railbridge, and there was a group of people that were just basically blocking all the entrances out of the German fob. So if you're more of a squad player, it's kind of similar to Narva and RU main, whereas there's those 3 bridges, but if you block the 3 bridges, it's technically pretty much main camping because they can't leave. So some admins didn't really know that you're pretty much main camping if you block the bridges. So I just wanted to bring that up, let people know that if you're blocking all access out of main, it's considered main camping, even though it might be like 400 or 500 meters out.
Now, the admins did do the right thing. They were not sure of what to do, so they contacted somebody that they knew what to do. So when in doubt, always contact somebody, like myself.
Yeah, that was a good thing to do, but I just wanted to make sure so if people run into it again that they just know.
Yep.
That.
Anything anybody else has?
Mine's more of a private issue. I'll just PM you.
Okay, that works.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The Arma server. I don't have Arma. Is there anything that we should know as far as daily maintenance on the Arma server? Should that be restarted every?
I don't think you can restart it from Battlemetrics. You have to have access to the Archon provided by the host server. And right now there are only 2 of us that have access to that. So there's not really much you can do.
Alright, so all we could do is see the chat and how active it is.
Yeah, pretty much that's what you can see at that extent. Maybe in a later date I might be able to get other things added to the Battlemetrics Archon. I'm not sure. I'd have to look more into it. But if anybody does have Arma, I can eventually set you up on the host Archon, and you can start being able to restart it, because we have been having issues with the server getting laggy, and not everything responds properly, and I'm not, myself or the other admin in charge of that, which is my cousin, might not be available to help take care of that. So if you do intend to play Arma, you can let me know and I'll help set you up on that.
Are the people that are playing on that server coming into our Discord with problems?
Yes, I'm normally on Arma basically every day. I love the game, and majority of them I've brought them into the Arma chat, and they'll talk to me, and then I'll just instantaneously message Ash if we have any issues with it to either restart the mission or the server. Both help, but mission restart is very minimal compared to actual hard reset.
Yeah.
Ash, I got something on behalf of motherfucking Edwin, who can't speak.
Yep.
Edwin said that if you guys have issues, don't fight about it in tickets. Take it to general admin chat.
That is also something that should be done. If you are arguing in a ticket and the person who owns the ticket or started the ticket sees that, it doesn't look very good. It just is chaotic. So let's please move it to another channel.
Can we just say, though, that 100 Asians is a thief in Minecraft? We just confirm that?
We have a Minecraft server?
We had a Minecraft server.
I don't want him on my Skyblock server.
We had a Minecraft server forever ago.
I'm just saying, if we had funding, I would get another Minecraft server. It's not even that much. It's like $10-20 for 6 people or 8 people.
Skyblock's the way to go. That's all I'm going to say.
If there are no additional comments, I have one final remark, and that is Serene is now being promoted to a full admin. He's been with us for quite some time, and he's finally earned it. So, congratulations, Serene.
Awesome, thank you.
Attaboy, attaboy.
Woo!
Congratulations, Serene.
Can I say one last thing, Ash?
No.
Okay, so thank you, Ash. every week I'm going to try to do events, so different games. So you'll see it in the announcements channel without an actual announcement. So if you're interested in playing like every week, just take a look there and react to the thing, so I can pretty much find you when the event's going down and tell you it's going down.
Thanks everybody for attending this. There's a bigger turnout than I thought was gonna come, so I really appreciate you guys hearing me out for the admin update. We haven't had an admin meeting in quite some time, and I really would like to increase the frequency of these meetings. So yeah, thank you guys. At this part, you can leave, do your thing.
Ash, if you want, you can have someone designate admin meetings or something, like, an organizer.
Yep.
About brushing it.
You can.
What?
I mean, he's already ahead
I'm
of
already
me.
doing shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I can propose myself for admin meetings, but
we'll talk more about that after this, Cross. That does sound like
I nominate
a good
Cross.
idea.
Hey Ash, I got one last thing before everybody dips out, and it has to do with the 300-meter rule on our map layers. And I can't remember fucking map names for the life of me. However, I see it every game where the first cap is close to the offensive team's fucking push. 300 meters forces long range armor and stuff like that to put themselves in positions they want.
In the rules,
I don't want to
it drops to 150 when it's in that predicament,
What
right,
if it-
Ash?
Yep. If
It goes to 150.
Yep.
I know. Hold on. Let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
So what I want to ask is if we can make the change so that infantry can shoot from whatever the offensive infantry can shoot from whatever range, because a lot of times they have a hard time maneuvering out of main because they get pinned down. And it's I think it's that small map. They just redesigned it with the insurgents
Sumari
versus Russians.
Mestia.
No, not Mestia, not Sumari. It's like an
Fool's
Afghan
Road?
map.
Oh.
Kohat?
Kokan.
Korra?
Kokan.
Oh,
Kokan. Yeah, Kokan is like a perfect example. A lot of times you can't even get a Logi out to the left from Russian main, so the west.
Yeah, but you see, on maps like that, I've run into instances, right, where guys would literally take a shot, find out where the main protection is, step us outside, engage, and then pull back.
So yeah, I'm sure it would be true, but they would be staying off of the first point, so it would be nullified. And they're infantry, so they can't run fast. I'm not talking about relaxing that rule for vehicles at all, because I could definitely see on most maps where a BMP shoots and then backs into protection when it needs to reload or whatever. However, the infantry guys are the ones that are hurt the most, because they basically have to run into the open, and as soon as they cross 300 meters, they've got no cover and they're getting shot down.
Yeah, that.
Okay, I can add on to that. I actually was suggesting that we give leeway to infantry where they have 100 meters to exit, where they can start engaging, and then vehicles are given the 250 meters instead of 300, so that they, at least if the point is like in Narva V2, where the point is literally right on the ass crack of the fucking main base.
And we're trying to tell them they can't shoot from like the hilltop right up main, but that is the only cover they have.
Okay, so this
it's
is something that we could word it as: the attacking team has no main base protection restrictions until they are camping or intentionally staying in main protection.
That's if you've got a BMP that's bouncing back and forth, or we see it on a Kohat all the time where a Bradley tries to pull 300 meters out, shoot, and then back up.
Yeah, I'll talk to the server deciding group, because I try not to just make decisions by myself. I put it up to a group. So I'll word it to where the attacking team has no restrictions with engaging from the main deployment, as long as they are making their way towards the objective. And if they are intentionally staying in the main protection, it's something that we can kick for.
Yeah, it's definitely like there's the specific layers they're the 25-minute layers. Nobody ever gets past the first point, and it's I think largely because of the self-imposed. They don't have any way to engage until they're fucked.
Yep, that's something we can take a look at. Not an issue at all.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful soldiers, I gotta go pick up Dustin. It's 5:30. I'm gonna be late.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a lovely evening.
All right, you too.
See you, pretty. Bye.
Oh, Az is here. Glad he's here. Didn't think you were gonna make it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Nah, it's like 10:30 for me now, so.
You should be in bed.
Nah, I'm up and about now.
10:30 p.m. or
Is that a
a.m.?
real life Australian?
No, I am.
Oh.
No, that's I am.
Sorry, I thought it was night. I'm like,
Alright.
only
Nah.
2
Can we nominate him to be Australian?
Oh, no, we're naming for Australian. Well,
All right, hang on. I'm changing his nickname.
Is he South African?
South African? Where'd the fuck that come from?
I don't know, man. I just want to know if your ground harness.
There
is
we go.
rough.
Now he's at the center, I think. Where'd he go?
Yeah, Core V2 under Calf Yeeho Yeti.
There he is, in the middle, underneath text. I changed his name. I don't know.
The Australian.
Why isn't his QG tags on?
Okay. Are we done here?
Oh, yes.
They
we're done
are.
here.
Well, they should be.
The meeting
Yeah,
ended
peace.
10 minutes ago. Yep. Everybody's free to go about their business now. So,
Cool.
thanks, guys.
Ash,
Fun guy.
I got a question for you and possibly somebody in H. Is it okay if I keep doing my map votes? Like if somebody's dissatisfied with the current rotation?
Everyone, it's in the rules now that you may map vote, but it can't be your decision. It has to be the server decision.
No, correct,
Yeah,
correct, Roger.
Makes sense.
Yep, that's pretty
All right,
much
just
it.
wanted to make sure that didn't change. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go process this video and upload it to YouTube.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate this. I'll try to schedule another meeting in a month. Just to check
Shit,
up.
I missed it.
You did.
Fuck. I just got home too.
Don't worry, I got a video. I'll send it to you.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Aussie Squad 1.